Hi guys, this is Wei Yan and you're listening to TAR Espresso. Now I'm on my own again today, but I guess you guys are very hectic these days, busy with assignments, midterms and all those things. But luckily, I think there are 3 assignments to be submitted this week and more to come. Well, take care of yourself, while rushing for the assignments because health is always our priority, okay?
Coffee, tea, or me?
Yeah, no. I want TAR Express most concentrated information.
Now, I'm curious how many of you guys are following the parliament live, watching the debate among the MP, the member of parliaments. Now, what has caught my attention these days are the parliament debate regarding the LGBT issue. So for those who don't know what is LGBT, it actually stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Now, sometimes we will call it as LGBTQ, whereby the Q represents the people who are questioning their sexual and the gender identity. But I feel that this is, although it's a little bit sensitive topic, but I feel that it's very interesting for us to talk about because there are a number of countries in Malaysia. So talking back to the parliament debate, one of the Malaysian Islamic Party PAS MP, his name is Ahmad Marzuq Syari, he described that the LGBT community as so perverted that it is beyond animal limits.
Bila sebut tentang isu LGBT, saya yakin manusia yang normal, yang akan pemikirannya betul, dia akan tidak menyokong LGBT ini. Kalau ada yang bercakap soal ini adalah merupakan human right, hak asasi manusia, ini bukan dongsang seperti ini. Lembu jantan sama jantan takkan kahwin. Lembu betina dengan betina takkan kahwin. Itu haiwan. Ini kan pula manusia. Jadi saya yakin kepada ahli-ahli yang berhormat yang ada di sini tak bersetuju dengan LGBT ini. Sebab itu saya nak menyeru di sini setara perkara yang boleh menjejaskan indeks perpaduan. Kerajaan dan kementerian berkenaan lebih menitik beratkan soal perkara ini dan bawa satu naratif yang lebih holistik dalam menyelesaikan isu berbangkit berkaitan dengan LGBT ini. Cuma saya agak terkilan 3 penggal berada di sini, Tuan Dipertua. Kita bercakap lawan LGBT. Kita tak dengar daripada rakan-rakan kita daripada DAP yang lawan LGBT ini. Tak dengar pun. Saya tak dengar. Saya berada di Kementerian Agama waktu itu. Kita tubuh task force untuk menangani isu LGBT. Kita kerajaan serius pada waktu itu. Tapi sayangnya daripada puak-puak, daripada sahabat-sahabat rakan kita LGBT ini barangkali belum bertindak secara lebih agresif menzahirkan tak setuju dengan LGBT. Saya tak kata mereka setuju, tapi tak nampak mereka kata mereka tak setuju. Sekian, Tuan Dipro.
Terima kasih.
Now, how do you feel and what do you think after listening to his statement? Well, I have interviewed some of our students regarding this debate. Now, let's listen to their opinion.
Personally, I find it pretty offensive because obviously they're not animals. They're just people who have different sexualities, and I don't think a person should be just judged based on their sexuality. A human goes beyond that. It's said by a political member especially.
I think that this is not suitable. I think that LGBT is sexual orientation is open-minded, so I think this opinion is not suitable in Malaysia.
I mean, the statement doesn't make sense, and animals are not equal at all. First of all, humans are like 7 sense, and animal feelings that doesn't even equals to animal feelings at all. So when it comes to an LGBT, they're having their own feelings that they can express in their own way.
Now, back in 2018, there was a tsunami that struck Palu, Indonesia. Then we talk about tsunami because they are not interrelated at all. But during that time, our Deputy Prime Minister, Dato Seri Dr. Ahmad, said that the earthquake and tsunami was the punishment from God because there are more than thousands of people involved in the LGBT activities. Now, do you find it interrelated to each other? But However, it's been a long time ago, and there is another argument that happened in Parliament recently. So the Kuantan MP, Wan Razali Wan Noor, he claimed that the Women's March held earlier in this month was pro-LGBT, but he then admitted that he was unsure with his statement after being questioned by the Dewan Rakyat Speaker, Dato' Johari Abdul.
Cuma Kuantan, are you sure? Adakah anda pasti March itu LGBT? Are you sure itu? Dia dulu, saya nak dapat komen itu saja. Are you sure? Saya nak tanya, kalau sure kata sure, kalau tidak kata tidak. Adakah perarakan itu LGBT atau women? Baik. Jawab itu saja, lain diam. Jawab Kuantan. Are you sure itu LGBT? Yang berarak itu LGBT dan diorganisasikan oleh LGBT.
Dia ada bersama tu.
No, saya tanya adakah perarakan itu LGBT atau tidak? Ya atau tidak?
Ya,
sebab
dia ada bersama.
Kalau ya, saya cek. Kalau saya cek itu bukan LGBT, saya akan tindakan terhadap anda. Jadi soalan saya, ya atau tidak? Atau tidak sure?
Saya tidak pasti.
Tidak pasti, tarik balik. Tarik balik, Kuantan, tarik balik, Kuantan. Lain diam. Kuantan tidak pasti, tarik balik.
Baik, mesti saya tarik balik.
Okey, terima kasih. Teruskan ucapan lain.
Actually, the march is called annually since the year of 2017. But this year, 9 demands have been outlined. They are protection of bodily autonomy, the banning of child marriages, elimination of violence against oppressed genders and sexual minorities, as well as enhanced protection systems and more safe public spaces for oppressed genders. Now, no one knows much is now to be investigated by the police. To give LGBT has been illegal in Malaysia since 1871. Yes, it's been a long time ago. And especially for Muslims, they might be additionally convicted under the Sharia law. Our former Prime Minister Najib Razak, he said that he believed Malaysia should not support LGBT rights, and also our another former Prime Minister Tun Dr. in 2018 that Malaysia would not adopt Western countries' stance on LGBT rights. Now, what's interesting to share with you guys here is that Singapore, our neighbor, has decriminalized sex between men last year, but they still uphold, the traditional marriage. And as of December 2022, which is last year, yes, it's not too long, there are 68 countries which still have the laws against LGBT, and one of it is our country, Malaysia. And Singapore is the latest Asian country to move on LGBT rights after India, Taiwan, and Thailand. Now, there's but a quite sensational case happened in our country back in 1998. I'm sure that most of you guys have heard about it, which is related to our current Prime Minister, Dato' Seri Anwar Ibrahim. He was charged with sodomy 9 years, and he was not released until he had served out 4 years of his sentence. And on that time, the Federal Court of Malaysia acquitted him of all charges in 2004. He was arrested again in 2008 and 2015. Until now, you might be curious, how much is the society's tolerance and acceptance of LGBT? So I've also interviewed the students from our campus from 1 to 5. How would the students rate it?
Only the younger generation accept them, I think.
2, because even some people can accept that they won't voice out. They're just like, okay, I'm okay with it, but they won't voice out for them.
I think it's 3, except the minor group that not accept the LGBT, but